Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Today we're talking to the ruler of demonkind. Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly two yokai appear. On one side I, Tenma, ruler of the demonkind, and on the other my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time? Strange as it may be, yes, indeed, all was in darkness. And the part about Tenma and the nine-tailed fox being there? Yes, that too. Tenma towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. Ah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor. It would seem the defendant's recollection are not to be trusted. Well, it's true to be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt, that thing lingers in his mind. The happenings linger in his mind. Well, maybe I can help here? No, there's no one on this earth that could help us, Athena. Really? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory at the event. Okay. I just hope your findings don't come back to haunt us again. Winky face. Alright, barely conscious. Was Damien there amid the darkness? Suddenly two yokai did appear. On one side I, Tenma, ruled the demonkind, and happy. You were happy here. Got it! Why would you be happy? When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Perhaps it was the joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long, terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was the door that did produce that infernal racket. A creaking door. Oh, you must be talking about the forbidden chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So this means the forbidden chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenma towering over him. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? And the forbidden chamber? Take that! The forbidden chamber? Was it not the Fox chamber where the murder did occur? Yeah, but it all makes sense if you were in the forbidden chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the forbidden chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenma you saw most likely was the forbidden chamber's statue, which is really creepy and I want it. I want to put it in my front yard. Why, yes! That would explain it! The darkness in the staff and the demon's grasps. But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things? Head trauma does that, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai, or the head trauma. Fantastico, Apollo, that's entirely possible. In a groggy dream like fate, people can misremember things and events. Misremember, you say? Yoda I am. Let me think. Ah, I do believe I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was... the amazing Nine Tails! What? The amazing Nine Tails? At first, this is but a dream. I thought, now, however, most clearly do I recall. 'Twas the amazing Nine Tails who did open the forbidden chamber door. Oh, only down to 60 though. We gonna have to do this 3 times? I'm sorry I asked. The amazing Nine Tails? But that was the victim Alderman QB, right? Yeah, why would he open the forbidden chamber? I have a feeling the forbidden chamber's a dressing room. Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Oh, never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Beep boop. Okay, so sad. Info updated. Brah! Amid the darkness, a mighty statue. Suddenly the door opened, so we get joy and shock here. Hug me! Would sadness be the... I guess sadness, because you were happy all through this, right? You got happy, and you're happy still, but now you're sad happy. And man, ain't that just life. So let's try a hit down here.
Got it!
Music stopped. When the amazing Ninetales opened the door, opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the fiend's Cape of Red. But when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me. Cape of Red? Cape of Red? Apollo! We reduced the noise level! Oh, but there's still a little left. Yeah, we didn't get rid of the noise level, we reduced it. Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Well, why indeed? What could this mean? I guess his memory's still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollections contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into definitive shape. Paul, I know what you have to do. You have to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Okay, so basically the same as usual cross-examination. Okay, it's time to review the evidence. Look for a contradiction. Here comes justice. Cape of Red. Blood? Cape of Red? I mean, we're not gonna be able to present these, right? Okay. Cape of Red, barely conscious, statue. Suddenly door opened, and Shaft walked in. Is it just blood? I don't know. No, okay, how would he be dressed up as the Amazing Ninetales if he was already bleeding, right? That doesn't make much sense, but I can't think of anything else here. That would... Because normally he has the Ninetales tails cape, right? But if it's red, it would be blood. So let's try this.
Objection!
No, that wasn't it. Mayor Tenma, your recollection contradicts this piece of evidence. Where's the contradiction of what you speak? Oops, looks like I got that one wrong. The contradiction challenged Mr. Justice. Just earned himself a penalty. Time to compare testimony and evidence again. Okay, I guess the picture then, because unless I'm missing something very fucking obvious, which I might be.
Objection!
Music stopped, alright. You said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma. Does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red, not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did film, oh, blood from your own head, yet did feel, my yet hazy field of vision. And I thought to myself, the amazing red Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook the red something for his cape. Apparently so. And something, are we back to Maya now, not possessed dude? And remembering now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. It was blood, right? And maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the amazing Ninetales. What red object could be seen there that would have been that shocking, I know. Could it have been a bunch of blood? Nothing else is red right now. This.
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it have been Mr. Tenma that what you saw was the Alderman's blood? Blood. Why, yes. Are we possessed, dude, now? It was blood. No, that's the original, dude. Ooh, wah. No? Okay. Hey, I can't do it. It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Ninetales, the Alderman's bloody body. Eek! There is no fucking way LaBelle is that ripped. None. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB? But the Alderman was the amazing Ninetales, so how exactly does that work? Hey, I asked you first. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, that's my job. But at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Hoy, I guess. Don't you think this is strange? Little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber, but she said not about seeing the amazing Ninetales there. Ack, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? Doing your job. Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistencies between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? No? Maybe? I know sometimes you have to say no. We know the amazing Ninetales mask was there, and it was thrown out and found later. So we know his stuff was there. I mean, you'll give me a chance to correct myself if I say yes, right? Alright, sorry about that. Little kid's learning how to ride his bike in front of my house, and well, I didn't know that at first, but I heard like some weird noises, and I was like, what the hell is that? He got stuck. His mother was there, it's fine. Consistencies? I'll just say yes for now. Yeah, of course, I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono, I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. Eep. What about a good old-fashioned penalty? Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber when it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let's consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for this. Nope! Sadly, you'd be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about an explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent Rebel was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma was testifying that she saw her father collapse there. Can LaBelle change forms? If she, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? Like, he changes his hair color, but that's about it, right? Is he like, what's her face from Game of Thrones? Doesn't she need the skin the person's face to do that, though? I mean, he looks like a shape-shifting monster, you're not wrong. Like a ditto that fucked it up. Yeah, sure. LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. The figure Ms. Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence!
That's stupid. That is complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face. And if that was some sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Hey! I shall show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of. I think I'll pass. Yeah! Are you okay, Apollo? Why'd your head on the ground? I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. Well, even left for me to do. Apollo! Remember what Mr. Wright always said. When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Just like that frown. Turn the case upside down, huh? He does say that, doesn't he? Does he? I don't know. But I don't quite see how that applies here. Still, never hurt to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He never unmasked himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle. Yeah, okay. So it's just a mask? Okay. That's why their mask is more... Yes, I know. I've seen masked versus hair matches all the time. And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around? We got it all backwards. Apollo? Oh, was Tenma the amazing Ninetales? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
Yeah, fuck you, Your Honor. What? I do have proof. Do you now? All right. This better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down, baby! Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about that in the first place? These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down! The piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity. This thing!
Take that!
Ah! What? An absolute claptrap! Poppycock! Balderdash! We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Temataru. That's why we believed the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for the Ninetales veil. And it was this basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Temataru at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales! Whoa, what is this? You best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derive such a far-fetched conclusion. I took a lot of drugs this morning. Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it when, say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence!
The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. Little Scamp must have seen the difference.
Objection!
She was hallucinating monsters. What are you talking about? Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? I mean, bodysuits exist, you're not wrong. And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence!
I mean, just ask Bane. Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
That goes against the Luchador code. A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. And as a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Gah! Wah! Wah! This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked doors. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman was talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of a sedative. Once the alderman was out cold... Aha! Anime! That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who had also been drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. When he returned to the Fox Chamber, he slipped on some of the mayor's spare clothing. Why would he have spare clothing there? And completely disguised by donning the Amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. Bell then let out a scream. Eee! The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. So then, the person who said I killed Autumn Kubi was... Oh wait, that was Athena. Why did I think it was Jinxie? Oh well, I'm an idiot. Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence!
I thought Jinxie was saying that for some reason. This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
Well, I was gonna say... give evidence. No, you twisted samurai! You twisted iced tea! This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case, you little bitch! Once Ms. Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. So he could drag the mayor back onto this Fox Chamber. Oh, so the Amazing Ninetale the mayor thought was... Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. And the second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Tower disguise ran as fast as he could, so he has no connection to the crime, just... okay. I'm like, oh shit! As he did, he left behind a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Ms. Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox Chamber. I see. Well, that is certainly does make sense, I guess. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence!
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed in pursuing the merger. Ms. Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created the secret identity of the Amazing Ninetales. This is madness! No, this is Apollo Justice! No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot. Have you played these games? No one expects a killer as insane as his plot, and I say Florent LaBelle is more than qualifies. Foolish mortals! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am! Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Stop it. Jinxie will be safe now just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you? You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, as the mayor admitted to it, has the mayor admitted to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. What? Why you would dare reveal the secret? My good friend, the alderman told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would they? The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? That he didn't exist? So go ahead, say it. Say I am the Amazing Ninetales. I dare you, double dare you.
Objection!
Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the Amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth? Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. Pulls out a gun. Polo, don't do it! I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statement warrants a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is a cornerstone of this case now. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not? Alright, I guess we're gonna cross-examine you again. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And then that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. By the way, Judge, isn't this technically illegal? Right? What's it called? Well, it's blackmail, right? Yeah. It's also coercion. Yeah, that's almost how you pronounce that. Right? You can't, or witness tampering too, technically. I mean, he's testifying to defend himself. But you're also on the podium over there saying, hey, if he says that, I'll do this. And that's also like, hey, that's sussy as shit, right? Talk about the pot, out of the pot into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman Kubi was the Amazing Ninetale anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to make it up and get him to admit it. But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenma Taro. Ugh, we're so close. I know it. Defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, so... how about we expose the secret? That it's all a bunch of fucking baloney.
Hold it!
I know Venus, right? This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales. I know you used the mask to create the illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence!
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. Venus, I'm talking to myself playing a game. Could we stop? That means he had to be in the flux chamber while it was still locked tight. She's just like, stop laughing like that. Sorry, but I heard about the statue from the Ultimate QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Ultimate's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweetie little friend. Sweaty? Was it sweaty? Okay. Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck? Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper, anyway. I mean, we could probably get him if he walks out of the court. The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Tisk. Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps that fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Yeah, I hate that show. I don't remember anything about Blossom, to be honest. You liked that, didn't you? Enough jabbering with the blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of your wilted attorney here is utter nonsense.
Hold it!
You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It's a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you in that vexing visage of yours, then... Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyway, suffice to say, should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I'll make good on my threat end. Okay. Hey, can you tell me the secret? And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Temataru? Ultimate Cuber told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Temataru. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. Illabelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. She appreciated it so much he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I am not above revealing the truth behind Temataru. Okay, so why? Do not gaze upon Temataru. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstition says? Exactly. Telling others what Temataru looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And Rune come to the village if you free him. Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And the truth is, Temataru is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole Battle of the Nine-Tails Vale is all about. Temataru is a great fortune? Come to think of it. I'm a Skeletor now for some reason. Anyways, come on. We just saw this not that long ago. Could Temataru actually be... the treasure? Telling the villagers that Temataru is a terrifying yokai is what was sacred to them, that has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. I'm gonna reveal it. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. I don't care. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Temataru exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Temataru exists, huh? Ooh! Hey, guess what? It don't exist no more. I got a little burnt statue about that. I'm gonna press this anyways. So in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there was no Temataru. Yes, I suppose so. That's wishful. This is a bell. Yes. You don't say. As long as Tenma Tower exists, huh? How's the mayor still has to admit to his secret identity now? Well, we have to find a way to make him say it or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in the bell's testimony somewhere. Oh, there is. I mean, there's a lot of holes, but at the same time, let's present this bad Larry.
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenma Tower no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenma Tower no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Bird. Bird is the word. Tenma Tower no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to go do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenma Tower no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them as scenes of his crimes. Are you suggesting that the Tenma Tower has been stolen? Yep, Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less! You! I know! My beautiful golden Tenma Tower was! The greed inspired by Tenma Tower can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenma Tower. For he said to me, the gold ingot was gone. Gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenma Tower's true form? Recall, if you will, the scroll of the Forbidden Chamber. Tenma Tower is the yellowest object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon the Ninetales Vale. Can you just go back to being normal mayor man? In return for the gold, my ancestor did receive the Ninetales Vale. Land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter with their greed-fueled battle, it was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenma Tower came to be. So Tenma Tower and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tales are not. Tenma Tower made quite the mess of things. Yes, indeed. There was no greater monster than a mortal's man lust for gold. Well, you know what they say. The love of money is the root of all evil. I wish to be very fucking evil then. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenma Tower, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village for which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in an merger. Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know that Tenma Tower no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? No! Don't do it! Please, no! Ah, fondling the air. Begone, you demented demon. Now where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales is indeed me. And that means Jinxie! Oh shit! Oh yeah? The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber, was he wearing the amazing Ninetales mask? Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal a secret identity to all my community that day, so it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it? It was Florence's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman. Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machine have less elaborate setups and LaBelle's schemes. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through. Ha ha ha! Oh wait, no. Caw, 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 caw. Stop cawing! The true facts behind the case has finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant! Rah! Yeah! No!
Silence.
Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hand if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What does this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through the bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses, a dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. Ah, he has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But, that's right! Let's see some evidence! Of a perfect being like me wouldn't even leave any incriminating evidence behind. Yeah! This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live and die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Yeah, probably. Just let me look at it for a little bit. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. You do? Oh, of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need, too. I'm gonna finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. Zoom in, baby. I'm going super fucking sane, apparently. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought that Alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetales. But as we now know, of course, we were very way off. The Amazing Ninetales was really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts that we have revealed. However, LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence in the scene of the crime, but he didn't say anything about evidence outside this crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. White hair inside. Oh, he dyes his hair. Do you have actually white hair? A clue inside the mask. Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along this river. What sort of clue? The hair. And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Probably this asshole. The white hair is LaBelle's! Alright, that hair is the Florent LaBelle's. Yeah, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. I mean, we might have to send it out for DNA testing. Well, Mr. Justice, you've been sitting there for like 10 minutes. Do you have anything to say? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask. How is this conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside of it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex QB. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. And the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person who had worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white-haired type. Because he's busy being a ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Blackwell. It is you who has made a fatal error. What? Remember when this mask was found? It was washed by the side of the river. With that in mind, the last piece of evidence will solve all the remaining riddles. Yeah, it washes out. Ah, that's... what is this? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside. What's this? Are you saying that preening peacock's hair is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the rivers flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose? Sure. Ah! The white hair in the mask is a conclusive evidence proving that you're the real killer. A DNA test is all that we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. I made it! Fleur and Bell, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex QB. I mean, you're spraying yourself so much. How is that not washing out right now? That's it. How dare you? Oh, wait. Is that what's actually happening? I was going to say, that fucking cologne, perfume, whatever it is wet, right? If you keep spraying yourself like that, it's going to wash out. It fucking destroyed your eyes, apparently, too. Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Of course you're not Mayor Tenma's aide. What do you fucking think? Really gonna fucking accuse your boss of being a murderer and think you can keep your job? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damage claim against me? What? $100 million? I'm finished! I washed up. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. This is preposterous. I summon Blackwell defeated. Order! Order! Order in the court! Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like the other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, wait, was that a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent Rebel? The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenma Tauru. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to the Ninetales Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within there via merger. But the efforts of Amazing Ninetales saw those plans come to a halt. And thus LaBelle murdered the Altman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see, but I can't still comprehend why he would go after the gold in the first place. Miss LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is indeed in financial aid, or need of financial aid. LaBelle has hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's marred in debt, or mirrored in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such ferocity. Too bad for him, someone else got gotten the first anyways, like years ago. I see. Very well then. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant Damien Tenma. Woo! Go us! Rah, caw, caw, caw. What a weirdo. Who is throwing that shit? Gumshoes in the corner. It's me, pal! Court is adjourned. Oh, that was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Mostly because I didn't know anything about the case. I just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenma from Ninetails Vale like you were some kind of exorcist.
There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. Abel didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman and then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment.
I was wondering that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the Amazing Ninetails' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the Amazing Ninetails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma from the alderman's murder, or for the alderman's murder, the rest of his popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the Amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if you prove the villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right, then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure.
What an insanely intricate plot!
Caw. A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you still acting like that? Let that be no concern to you. How could it not be concerned to me? Tenma be gone! Ah! Jinxie! It seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back! Yes, it would seem Tenma is no match for you. I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore.
Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. You might want to get him committed.
Oh, thanks for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling? Oh god, it's cursed! This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetails will have to retire through, though.
Ah, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetails, my fans base will will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue.
I think you misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say now that you mention it, that's a lot of noise out. What's all that noise out there? Big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Tenma, the man behind the mask, and to root you for your return to the wrestling ring. Rooting me. For me, but I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are.
Oh yeah, you're the coolest when you're out on there fighting on the ring, Papa. Jinxie. Here, I think you'll be needing this. This hair dye, right? No.
Take that!
Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me. Huh? I don't want to keep my fans waiting. Oh, that was a fucking Sailor Moon transformation. And you're even doing the hand. Actually, that's too sweet, but yeah.
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetails Vale.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer / killer is behind bars, and the merger no longer is an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetails is obviously still a hit, and I expect Ninetails Vale will be too. It's all because we believe in our client. Just like you said.
Okay, people. Now that we got one in the bag, let's get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo.
Or you might have to start looking up to me.
Huh?
I'm definitely past my growth spurt, and you should be past yours too.
That's true.
Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, here I grow. It's face stuffing time.
Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll be growing is sideways.
Oh, very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
I've known people like that, and it infuriates me. But really, I can't wait to see this.
Calories? Ha! Let's just let them try to stick on me. Alright, alrighty. You two, let's get going before the old man closes shop. Oh, I'll do Noodles. Isn't an all-night stand, you know. I'm with Mr. Phoenix. Mr. Wright. Let's go. I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. What are you waiting for? The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down. Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Alden noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. I am no man. Like, okay, Lord of the Rings, calm down. That was our first case together. It felt like nothing could bring us down after that. Slow reading. The dark age of the law seems so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder of the Themis Legal Academy, at the Themis Legal Academy. That would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. Phoenix just pops his head. He's like, who are you talking to? And, alright. Cool. So, been a lot of comments saying I should play the DLC now. Monstrous Turnabout. If I can easily do that without screwing up my save, let's see. Do you do the next episode? If I do that... Okay, 1 second. So to get to the DLC, I have to come here, right? And then go over here. Because if not, we just go into episode 3. Right? I mean, okay, I guess we can go to a special episode next time. Yeah? Sure. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all then. Have a great day. Bye.